Hello, folks, and welcome back to twitch.tv/games with Nick. We're doing a short stream today. I had nothing planned, but I had a good day at work. But I felt like I wanted to unwind a little from it, and there was really no better way to unwind than to stream some games. So, brief summary about last time. Um, Sherlock is acting more and more like a sociopath. He kind of was accused of murdering some people, and so he ran away in one of his hideouts, and we found him, and then we went to him with a mill, where we essentially witnessed him killing a police officer. In fact, a detective. And so we are, at this point, really confused into what's happening to our friend. What are we supposed to do about any of that?
There's no pointing.
I'm actually not sure what I'm supposed to do, because to that I just said, Holmes has managed to escape from the police and manipulated me from start to finish, and to think that I played an indirect part in his crimes. Here's a paper for us to read.
It's impossible to open this dratted door. The police left such a mess that something must have fallen behind it, or it got stuck when it closed.
Okay. What do you want me to do about it? Oh. Last minute, Sherlock Holmes wanted by Scotland Yard for the murder of Inspector Bates. Yesterday, under shocking circumstances, the well-known detective Sherlock Holmes murdered Scotland Yard's Inspector Bates in cold blood during a dawn raid at a mill within the suburbs of London. It should be noted that Sherlock Holmes is currently the principal suspect for the recent explosion that cost the life of Sir Beckett, judge of the High Court of Justice. Mr. Holmes escaped from police after setting fire to the mill where he had been hiding. At the time of writing these lines before going to press, we have no further details regarding the case. Scotland Yard has declined to comment. More details should be forthcoming in tomorrow's edition.
Today's newspaper. Mrs. Hudson must have left it early this morning. Baines's murder has made the front page. The news has spread quickly. The poor man shot at point-blank range. He had faith in Holmes right to the end, and it cost him his life. Holmes's pipe. Broken. I didn't notice it the last time. We think that we know the people around us, those who are close to us, who are part of our everyday lives, parents, colleagues, companions, friends. Then something unexpected happens, and it tears away the blinkers which we have chosen to wear. And it's at that precise moment that we finally see the true nature of those who always mattered the most to us.
Damn, it's a really cynical take, but I understand given what
But in
he's going through.
Holmes's case, what could have pushed the man, whom I have always considered as honest and loyal, to sink to such barbaric crimes and cold-blooded murder? I don't have the answer, but one thing is certain. Up until today, I had a friend. A noise, but it's coming from the flat, I'm sure.
Dun dun dun! Who's in my flat?
Holmes! I know you are in there! Holmes! Open this door immediately!
I think that I would rather not.
Tell me the truth, Holmes. I need to know. You have no right to keep the truth from me. Tell me!
I am sorry, Watson.
Open this door, or I will break it down.
Do what you like. The door is not locked.
You've driven me to this.
Whoa.
It's the police! Open up!
Whoa! Wrong titles for the stream. Definitely no Sherlock and chill. More like Sherlock and kill, am I right? Ayo!
Why did it have to come to this, Holmes? All those years of friendship and respect, of trust. Everything that we went through together. And you deceived me all along. Damn you. I wish that I had seen through all of your lies. But now, it is over. It is all over. After so many days of relentless investigations and sleepless nights, I returned to the Thames area, to the very place where the bishop's nephew had died. I only had one trail left to explore, one last desperate attempt to understand recent events. I descended into the putrid, dark, suffocating depths of the town, the sewers. The fresh breeze from the Thames gave way to the stale, dank air of the dark tunnels. A shadow moving through an underground labyrinth, tormented, wandering through this humid, oppressive purgatory.
I mean, to be fair, the game is called A Testament
The
to
most
Sherlock
important
Holmes,
thing was to keep
so I
moving.
guess it makes sense that he would be dying at some point. Alright. Watson alone.
I can see something. This butt is still dry, despite the surrounding damp. It was thrown here not so long ago. Let's be careful.
Right?
The bars are completely rusty. The
Oh,
bars on this grate are completely rusty.
can I grab one of
The
them? I need something to grab one of them.
An iron ring. This must be a service trapdoor used to release the water in the event of the sewers overflowing. A boat! I'm on the right track. I must cross the canal to see who landed here. Wire.
Can I use the wire to pull this thing?
The bars.
Oh,
Oops.
can I use this bar?
This will.
Yep, okay. So let me prop this up again.
That's a.
Oh, I might need to combine them.
The trapdoor is horizontal and solidly fixed.
Cool. Hmm. I am a little stumped.
A boat.
Well, I would like to cross to see that thing, but they can already sell the butt. Oh, there's something over here too.
A piece of rope that floats. If it's long enough, then it might be useful.
Oh, it's a very long piece. Oh, Jesus.
A body. Oh, it was weighed down by the anchor. If I can retrieve the anchor, I can use it as a grappling hook. There.
All right. We have now a grappling hook, so we can just pull our way to the boat, I guess. Makes sense.
First try. Now let's pull the boat back here. The boat is tied up on the other bank. It's impossible to pull it back to me. An old scarf with blood on it. This bit of iron seems new and looks like a piece from ordinary machinery.
Right, let's move on. Can I open?
Footprints. Someone has been here recently.
I have to say, it's somewhat unclear to me why we're down the sewer.
Incredible. This grate is
Oh,
new and has a
fuck's
mechanical
sake.
locking system.
Okay, yeah. Down, there, down, right, down. Slam. Oh shit, there's 3 of these? Ah, fuck me. Okay, well, we definitely gotta go up. Left, down. Oh. Left, down. Right, down, left, up. Okay, yep. Right, down. I wish I could use the keyboard for this. There. Up, left, down, left, up. Alright, last challenge. Definitely have to start by going right, which means we have to start by going down and right. There isn't much of a challenge at the moment, because there's really only one direction we can go. Okay, now, I mean, going right is pointless. Hop, yep. Up, right, up, left, down, right.
Open.
Let me reread the dialogue. Like, I still don't understand why Watson decided to go down the sewers.
And here's another. See how you like that. Oh, and how does this feel? Don't think he like that much. That'll teach him. Let's see if I can break.
Where that's Watson, who's the person under the cowl.
Holmes.
Oh,
I'm so very glad to see you, Watson.
they didn't let Sherlock stay dead for very long, huh?
Yes, he's alive! The bad guys had better watch out now. Grandpa's alive, and he is a good man. I knew that he was. Uh-oh, they're going to be sorry now. My grandpa ruled. Yes, and my grandpa saved him. Read it.
Alright, oh god. Oh, so many bad
You are
choices
alive.
at
I
once.
don't know what to feel, relief or regret.
Watson, my friend.
You are not in a good state, Holmes.
Neither are you.
I suppose not. Can you walk?
Not without your help.
Why did you fake your own death? And who were those men?
And how did you do it? I saw you
The
shoot yourself.
investigation. Alone. John, I'm innocent. I'm not an accomplice of those men. Look at me.
Do I look as though I could be their boss? Am I in a position to give such orders?
What a relief. Oh, my God, what a relief. But how?
Curare, hemlock, a few Indian plants, and sheep's blood to create the impression of death. A pathologist who owed me a favor for the death certificate.
Holmes, I was talking about this affair.
I saw you
of-
shoot
I will
yourself.
explain everything, my friend, but we must leave here.
Yes, let's go back to Baker Street. I'll help you. Lean on me.
Home at last. I have missed this old room very much, Watson.
I'm still
put
not
everything
over.
back in
I
place
have
after
to comment
Holmes
about
went through
things,
it.
but I
But
can't
didn't
pause.
stay here. I couldn't face it.
Sit down, my friend. It is time for you to know the full details of this case. First of all, I must apologize for the distress that this has caused you.
Alright. This just pauses the game. Okay, so the reason for Watson going down the street are not clear at all to me. B, it seems very dumb to have Sherlock fake his own death and just give you like 10 minutes until you're like, oh no, he's actually alive this whole time. But besides that, the kids just like loosely going, yay, my grandpa's alive, and my grandpa saved him. It's like, okay, now we understand the narrative structure, but then why did those same kids like hate on Holmes and Watson beforehand? Be like, they're not good guys. It's like, he was your grandpa all along. What the fuck are you saying? So I don't know. I think the narrative with a narrative setup was not done very well. Ooh, actually, excuse me, I have a call. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, so again, uh narrative with a narrative with kids, pretty dumb in my opinion. Um I think Sherlock dying was pretty pointless because of how little the passes stayed in. But at least now we're gonna get the big info dump about what's really happening and how he did what he did.
My behavior, which which was, I know, quite abominable. I can only hope that by the end of this explanation you will understand that I behaved in such a way only to protect you, and that it caused me great pain to see your trust and confidence in me ebbing away.
From whom or what did you wish to protect me?
From Professor Moriarty.
Dun dun dun!
Moriarty?
We should not have taken pity on him in that Swiss asylum. Do you remember during the case of the Awakened? Our indulgence has cost us dear today.
He's responsible for the bishop's murder?
Yes, but that was only a small detail in his plan. A detail which he had to eliminate, as it compromised the whole of his diabolical project. The bishop had in his possession a document which he suspected as being one component of a larger puzzle. The ramifications were unknown to him, but he considered the matter as sufficiently important that he should consult me. The day before our macabre discovery, his nephew, who was in his confidence, brought to him an important element which helped him understand Moriarty's grand plan. It was at that moment that two men began to comprehend the seriousness of the situation. The bishop then decided to contact me.
Against his nephew's wishes? Was that what they argued about?
Yes, but Moriarty found out that the bishop knew of his projects, and he arranged for his murder. The murderers were also supposed to bring back the document that the nephew, young Hampford, found, but they were unable to open the safe.
What was the document?
Evidence of Prince Woodville's implication in the project.
The nephew must have retrieved it from the Royal Archives, where he worked. A link to the crown.
Yes. Moriarty wanted to overthrow Queen Victoria
Whoa!
and place the prince on the throne of England.
But that's impossible. He would have needed to create an incredible coup d'etat.
Patience, Watson. First of all, Moriarty placed his pawns so they might begin to develop and encourage a tense atmosphere, ready to discredit the Queen and thereby raise Woodville's popularity.
And provoke a famine, so that the prince's soup kitchens could begin distributing food and he would appear as a hero.
Exactly. Moriarty quickly learned that I was making inquiries as to his plan and, without wishing to sound vain, he knew that I was the only person capable of upsetting his schemes. He therefore set up a plan that I be discredited and thought of as a criminal.
And you played along with him.
Precisely. Allowing him to believe that he had succeeded was the best way of ensuring that his attention was no longer fixed on me.
Why didn't you say anything to Scotland Yard?
Did you not think it strange that Inspector Lestrade was away for weeks?
What? You mean to say that Baines
Was working for Moriarty.
Dun dun dun!
I understand. The bishop's murderers were in the hands of this traitor, and you were therefore at a dead end after our investigations at the opium den.
Yes, and Baines' authority allowed him access to the police archives. He changed and forged all the charges in the documents that you saw at Judge Beckett's house. It was also he who substituted the Samoan necklace for a vulgar copy.
So that was why the judge went to Farley's, to obtain Baines's false information.
Precisely, but they each found themselves as instruments in Moriarty's strange orchestra. Judge Beckett received entire books full of charges against me, and a journalist such as Farley will not hold back when he gets the chance to make the front page of all the newspapers in England. With regard to Farley, it was a mere case of professional misconduct.
And to think that I held you responsible for the explosion at the judge's house. What a relief! But why did Moriarty have him killed?
He was on the point of discovering that all the documents supplied by Farley, and therefore by Baines, were false. Exactly the opposite to what our enemy was anticipating.
And where did the poison fit in all this?
Unfortunately, I do not possess all the information on this subject. The first time that we saw the effects of this substance on the body of the bishop, the poison was evidently only at an experimental stage. It was much too potent to do anything with.
Effectively. But in the second case, Kurtz, I didn't notice a great advance.
However, there was one. The poison was no longer fatal.
Yes, but the madness was still there. I should remind you that he attempted to devour his own dogs.
Correct, Watson. But it was not the second case, as you supposed. Remember the number of other incidences of madness, either collective or individual, relayed in the press in the days prior to it?
You mean to say?
That Moriarty tested this dangerous
I
mixture
remember the
on a
nuns
large
killing
number
each other.
of guinea pigs. Apparently with little success, as all those people are now dead. I say apparently, because I do not have the least idea as to the result Moriarty was hoping for.
And that's where Hans comes in, isn't it?
Moriarty needed him to devise the substance's final formula.
And so you helped Hans to escape, so he might lead you to it.
Yes, but things did not go as I had planned. The professor's men got their hands on him just after his escape.
And you lost his trail.
Yes, but I doubted that Moriarty would take Hans to his lair. To find him, I had only one trail, the bomb placed at the judge's house.
The trail of the 3 Russian brothers.
I found out about the mill by having the anarchists' trail followed by the children in my own secret police. Once again, their help was a determining factor. As regards knowing where to locate Moriarty's lair, I hoped to find the information in the attic of the watermill. I got to it only just in time, before Baines turned up.
And you were stuck then, weren't you? Allowing him to arrest you would have meant certain death.
Regrettably. But Moriarty's plan worked in any case, as after killing Baines, I became England's most wanted man for the murder of a Scotland Yard inspector.
And so you had to make sure that people forgot about you. Therefore, you orchestrated your own death so that you might continue your investigation discreetly. Oh, that was a terrible time for me, Holmes.
I am sorry, my dear fellow.
Well, the important thing is that you are well and truly alive.
Yes, but it is not over yet. Moriarty will take action one day or another.
You were saying that you had found Moriarty's hideout. Where is it?
In an abandoned fun fair on the outskirts of London. It is quite certain that they are all there. Shielman, the prince, and of course, Moriarty.
If Moriarty puts the prince on the throne, he'll have his hands on the reins of the kingdom. Her colonies, her diplomatic network, her riches, everything.
Yes, including the army, the war fleet, everything he needs to help him conquer Europe. And eventually, I suspect, the world.
Holmes, we have to be quick. His plan hasn't been put into action yet. Perhaps it's not too late.
Let us go immediately, Watson.
Oh god, I hope the game doesn't crash. Oh, I hope pray to God it doesn't crash. I guess we can probably skip most of what we just played if we need
Do
to.
you
but...
really believe that Moriarty is in there behind that fence?
Something in the wind seems to suggest it, Watson.
I have a peculiar acid taste in my mouth, if that is what you mean, Holmes.
Well, yes. The air is tainted still with toxic fumes from the factory chimneys.
I believe that I read about this place. The fun fair was abandoned after the factory was built so close by. It was said that even the ice cream tasted bitter. Aren't you curious about the warehouse down there? There seems to be some strange activity taking place inside.
Strange and in keeping with Moriarty's activities. Let us go and see what they're up to.
Yes. Oh my god. Alright, so this fun fair and things related to it is really the last location of the game. So we're not going to be able to finish it tonight because we only have another half hour to 45 minutes. But next time we play it, we should definitely be able to finish this game.
That could be used as a weapon in a necessity. Here is a good place to try and get through. This crate isn't large enough for us to get over the wall, nor to see what is on the other side.
Alright, let's keep going.
With this cable car, we can get up onto the warehouse roof.
Cutting pliers. They could be useful. No, I can't.
No? Alright.
A crank.
Okay.
The lever is stuck.
Alright. There we go. Probably need to do some work on the motor a bit, huh?
This motor is from the cable car. There's a little petrol left, but not enough to start the motor. There's a little Look at this hole. The crank? Empty. Judging by the smell, I would say that it's an oil reservoir.
Given the maintenance, this cable car isn't used very frequently.
True, Watson, but let us hope that it is still working.
So, the oil I have.
Let us hope it... No, I can't. There's a little petrol...
But we need a little bit more petrol, as the Brits say. Also known as gas for Americans.
Vodka. There's a little at the bottom of these bottles.
Russian alcohol. Holmes, the three brothers.
Alright, that I'm sure will... I mean, it's not quite petrol, but...
This motor...
Gonna
Here's
do
what we
it
can use for fuel.
cinch.
It works.
We are going to separate. I will find a way into the fair, and you must investigate the warehouse.
Very well, I'll do that.
There is no one on the roof. If the machine should get out of control, then just use the brake. There ought to be one.
I should hope so. Anyway, there's no other choice. And when I found out what is going on down there, what should I do then?
Come and join me in the fairground. You can follow my route to get over the fence. Then you should find me easily enough. Good luck, my dear fellow.
Okay. Thank God autosave did not crash.
Come on, John. Courage.
Doo-doo-doo. I feel like there should be like circus music playing.
No one seems to have noticed me. Now I must try to find out what is going on here. It's a miracle that this reservoir is standing. The feet are being eaten away by rust. The bags contain rubble. They're tied up with good solid rope. I'll keep the rope. Carts from the soup kitchens. They appear to be queuing up.
Need more rope. Oh.
A large dry cloth. It's too dark inside this reservoir. It's impossible to see anything, but I can hear a slight lapping of water. It's impossible.
Alright. There's water in there. What can I do with my rope? Oh. Maybe I need a giant rope. Right, duster.
It's
No?
It's impossible.
I have no clue what a dry duster actually is supposed to be, so yeah. That bodes well. Oh. Eh. I had missed the stairs. That would do it.
I must find out what is going on inside this warehouse, but have to be careful. The place is full of guards. My cloth is too...
Oh. Cannot.
The window is too... It's too dangerous.
So I clearly need to wet the cloth. But I can't reach it. And I can't combine things. Oh. Alright, we got it. Bam. Go up. Get our cloth wet. That's not a euphemism. Right. Like, this is another one. Okay, why did we need this minigame? Like, what was the point of that?
So, it is inside these warehouses that Prince Woodville's canteens on wheels are filled up, and Hans is there to add his poison. That siren is a signal to open the doors and let out the carts of poisoned soup, destined for London. I wonder what Holmes is doing at this moment.
Alright, I guess we finished the Watson scenario for now. Right. Hello. Oh. Alright.
This crate... This crate...
No.
This...
Probably not. We're gonna need more tools to break up that crate. Did I pick up anything else? Nope. Got the vodka. What's over here?
The main entrance is guarded.
Aha! Just checking if I could do anything with the iron ladder. And this is where we're gonna need pliers.
The way is clear. Good, I'm in. Now I must find Moriarty.
Go ahead and make a... I guess it just needs a save, alright.
A target from a firing range. It depicts a lion. The stand's owner must live here. The stand's accounts book. No. No, it is no. Nothing interesting. The cover is dented. Curious. Let's look at the book's secret. Secret accounts. The stand's owner must do something other than manage a simple coconut shy and there is a strange poem about animals.
Turnip alcohol, 3 times 9 bottles, delivery Tuesday 11, total 8 pounds. Tobacco plus hay, 50 packets of cut tobacco, delivery Tuesday 11, total 2 pounds. Information SY, 10 pounds. Bought 12 adult reds from Tom, sold restaurant Luigi for today's special, 10 shillings. 2 revolvers, separate ribbon, 20 pounds. The gazelle is dead. It was dangerous to turn its back on the lion.
Let's see.
The hyena waited for the hare to come out of its den. Won't be doing it again. Both of them starved to death. In the savannah, only the elephant can risk turning its back to the kingdom of the animals without having to fear for its life. Sitting at the edge of the jungle, the chimpanzee didn't notice a vulture that grabbed him with the claws. The giraffe witnessed that scene.
It's the stand's till. There is no money, but there is a wooden target. A firing range for children. They have to throw leather balls at the figures of wild animals to knock them over. It's clear that there is a link between the poem in the secret accounts and the animal-shaped targets on the stand.
I'm still missing something.
It seems to me that there is something behind this poster, but it is stuck fast. Elementary. There is a hiding place here. Interesting. I can't see a keyhole to open this hiding place.
I'm just missing one thing, though. Let's keep moving.
If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutralize him, but discreetly. There are probably others, and a fight would attract their attention. It's open. This building was a menagerie. I'm in the service passage. Apparently it's a medicine chest for first aid, I presume. Closed.
Okay. Don't have the tool for it yet.
Oh, what a smell. There must have been wild animals here once. I pity the animals that were shut up in here. The cages are very narrow. Nothing of interest here. This cage has been blocked with planks, so that the interior is hidden from view. A large syringe for animals of a considerable size, evidently. A key. Old bandages. Everything points to that cage having been used to treat sick animals.
Alright, with the key, and likely open the first aid box.
Apparently it's... The only thing intact is this bottle of ether.
Alright, that's good.
If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm.
I wish we could just throw some ether at him. Oh.
I need something. I need
something that is not the ether, apparently. Alright, ooh.
I need.
What the fuck are we looking at the floor for?
I need.
You there! Who are you? Alert!
Well, at least it's not game over. You just start back up where you were.
I need something. I need.
But can't go up there. There was something over here.
A telephone line. Interesting. It comes from that large building.
Ah, there we go. Alright, sitting at the edge of the jungle, the chimpanzee noticed a vulture and grabbed him with his claw. Oh, I see, I gotta mix them up. Alright, but the giraffe has to witness the scenes. He's sitting at the edge of the jungle, so it's gotta be there. The vulture was looking at him. The giraffe witnessed the scene. A hyena waited for a hare to come out, which he will never do again because they both died of hunger. The giraffe and the hare were neighbors. I think it's this way because it's looking at the chimpanzee. The gazelle should turn its back on the lion. Whereas the elephant is the only one that can't do it. I should do it, right? Giraffe and the hare were neighbors. The chimpanzee is on the edge. Yeah, the vulture is facing the right way. Okay, okay, that's the issue, is that... But how does this... Okay, let's do this way. Both of them died. Chimpanzee was taken. I still think this is the... Yeah, the vulture is currently facing left, so that's good. The giraffe witnessed the scene. Is that it's dead because it's turned back on the lion? The elephant essentially doesn't matter. Oh, I don't know what I'm missing. Sitting at the edge of the jungle, the chimpanzee didn't notice the vulture that grabbed him with his claws. The giraffe witnessed that scene. I assume this is a vulture, because yeah, that's what's showing up. A hyena waited for a hare to come out of its burrow, which he will never do again because they both died of hunger. This is, I've said, the giraffe because he and the hare were neighbors. The gazelle is dead. It's dangerous to turn one's back on the lion. Only the elephant can stand among predators and risk turning his back on the king of the animals, which means the lion. positioning is correct. I don't... The chimpanzee didn't notice the vulture, so he plays away from the vulture. The vulture should grab him, the giraffe should look at them. The giraffe should not be... Well, the lion's not looking at the giraffe. Right? The giraffe is not really... Maybe that's the thing I'm missing. How can the chimpanzee being at the end... Oh, nothing says that the lion should be next to stuff. No, that still doesn't convince me. The hare also shouldn't be giving the... Alright, now I just want to know the solution. This setup to start was correct. The hare is beside the giraffe, and the hyena, and they're facing each other.
There we are. It is
I don't know, I
simplicity
think my solution also worked, but whatever.
The stand's slush fund. I wonder what happened to the owner that he should leave without his savings.
Alright. We have a bunch of money.
There.
Is there a further spot that we need to drop them? Because we still have some. So probably missed a spot somewhere along the way. Or maybe there's a spot further up. Yeah, there's probably a spot further up. There we go.
Good. My little stratagem is in place. All I need to do is to wait for him to come back here.
And it's like, oh shit, free money? Damn straight, son. I was like, shit, who the fuck's just dropping free money everywhere?
I have to shut him up.
Have fun, bud. If you don't know, ether is a gas that provokes sleepiness.
Perfect. Thanks to the ether, this baller will sleep for a long time.
Boy, this carousel or circus not really doing well, huh? Can barely enter anything. It's like, nope, don't go this way. Alright. I'll take this rope, for sure.
Another guard. This place is full of them. I cannot risk a confrontation. He'll see me coming, and I'll lose the element of surprise. I'll need to find a way to trap him. They must have exhibited those poor wretches in these cages and presented them as being dangerous. Be careful of those boxes. They are balanced, one on top of the other. It would take very little to knock them over. Bearded lady.
Oh, this is the poor
The mermaid, Poseidon's daughter.
pseudo
This
freak
large,
show.
empty aquarium held the fair's main attraction.
Alright.
I wonder what this machinery is used for. A rail system is fixed to the ceiling, and a hook is hanging from it. It must be used for moving heavy and bulky objects.
Okay.
I suppose it was on this small stage that the monsters were presented to the public. Ah, here's something interesting. Hans's diary.
Monday 8th. Moriarty's behind schedule. I've been waiting for 2 days now for the materials I need for my research to be delivered. He will have to get a move on if he wants me to take over the work he has started. My patience has its limits. I have filled in my time by organizing the place. An old fair sideshow, exhibiting monsters. I don't know if Moriarty is aware of the irony of the situation. Got my impatience. They brought me a subject at the end of the morning. A dirty old tramp in good health. He will do. I'm going to test the latest evolution of Moriarty's poison on him. Now it's fallen and the test is finished. We have to kill the subject. His continuous roaring annoyed the boss. I can understand now why he needs my genius to help him advance in his research. The subject was in such a state of murderous madness that he became completely uncontrollable. He didn't even seem to understand the simplest orders. It's a long way from the desired result. Tuesday night. The material still hasn't arrived. On a brighter note, I received 2 new subjects. A man in his 50s, thin, hairy, and toothless, and another who was younger but equally repulsive. We should be thanked for cleaning such parasites on the streets. Wednesday 10. I was woken in the middle of the night by screams and laughter which seemed to be coming from the freak show. 2 of Moriarty's men, completely drunk, had locked the 2 subjects up in the same cage before giving them the bowl of poison. They were amusing themselves by betting on the combat's outcome. I hurried off to warn the boss. We can't waste material this way. I rather liked their expressions when they woke up a few hours later, in the cages instead of the tramps. Must have been the worst hangover of their lives. Thursday 11. I have finally received the material and the ingredients which will allow me to modify Moriarty's poison. The first experiment is going to be very simple. I'm just going to make a few drops of my famous will-annihilating poison and mix them with Moriarty's poison. We will see if that is sufficient to make them obey orders. It's a failure. The subjects didn't even have time to kill each other. They died less than 30 seconds after being given the poison. The effects of the 2 poisons didn't add up as expected. On the other hand, I'll keep the dosage in mind. Poison that fries the brain so quickly cannot really be called a failure. Friday 12. I worked all night to develop the second dosage. This time I distilled the Carrera differently to obtain a less powerful derivative. Also modified Moriarty's poison, but he was not very open about its composition, so I had to improvise. Another failure. The subject did not die immediately, but he was as uncontrollable as the others. The only difference I've noticed is that the wounds and the damaged tissue did not get any worse after the poison was taken. That's of no interest. We're not here to treat them. Moriarty assisted in the experiment. He did not say anything and left in silence. He wasn't pleased. I think he's starting to get impatient. Saturday 13. Moriarty is becoming impatient. The idiot doesn't understand anything and he dares to question my talent. He was the one who came to find me to modify his poison. We've been trying for weeks without success. And now he wants me to succeed in 2 days. We had an overheated discussion about it, but I finally got him to admit that a chemist had no choice but to bow to the rules of science. It's nature that sets men the rhythm and not the other way around. I tried another dosage. The 3rd test was a semi-failure. This time the subject alternated the bats of madness with a fall of blood pressure. Went from enraged to comatose in a few seconds. I think we're on the right track. Sunday 14. Moriarty doesn't want to wait any longer. This morning, he openly threatened me. He has given me 2 days to obtain a conclusive result. He gave me to understand that past this deadline, I will go from being the researcher to becoming the guinea pig. I'm confident enough. I was able to worm the components of his poison out of him, as I thought. The problem isn't with my creation, it's with his. His idiot apprentice chemist who worked on it made so many mistakes in the dosages that I'm amazed that it produces the effects it does. I've spent more than 10 hours going over the dosages of Moriarty's poison, and I have finally obtained something sufficiently pure to be mixed with my personal composition. A new subject must be delivered as soon as possible. I can't wait to see the results. I succeeded! The problem wasn't with my poison but with theirs. It was much too strong. I modified it and the subject proved to be obedient without losing any of his fury. True, he did eat his own hand, but this time it was because we told him to. It's the first time I've seen Moriarty smile. We have attained the objective. At any time, Moriarty can poison a large section of London's population. The choice of the Whitechapel area is a natural one. It is there that the greatest number of starving can be found. So at the given moment, these thousands of ready soldiers can invade the city and spread chaos such as the British Empire has never known. Nothing will stop their fury. The devastation will last for the time that the boss needs to seize power and place the pathetic clown Woodville on the throne. But the killing frenzy will stop on its own accord. Program the poison lasts for 48 hours. After that, the subjects will join their victims in the paradise and be ridden. Monday 15. I am now going to be able to mass-produce this wonderful poison. Moriarty has set his men to cleaning up the warehouse below. It is a perfect place, and it even has an enormous reservoir on the roof. The boss came here in person to pay me part of the money was promised for my work. I'll have the rest when his plan has succeeded. I will soon be incredibly rich.
What a dreadful diary. That Hans is the only real monster ever to have frequented this attraction.
Yeah, I had a feeling that the commentary was coming.
Chemistry material.
And I think, my friends, as you all know, next week our adventure must come to an end. You also know that I'm no good at speeches, so I'll keep this brief. After all the years spent with you here, I can honestly say that I think of you as my family. I'm going to miss all of you. But before the fair closes, we've got one last week in business, and during this time I want you all to give the very best of yourselves so that the public will never forget us. So before getting back to work, here's the list of jobs for the week. Roger, clean out the aquarium. Alice, kitchen. Tom, pest control. Martha, responsible for the keys to the place. Keith, upkeep of the rail and the cages. H. Ferguson.
The bearded lady kept the key to this exhibition. Interesting.
Alright, I think unless something immediately joins at us.
This cage is still occupied. Not by one of the monsters, but by a poor man. He's still alive, but he's barely human now. Moriarty must have tested his poison on this poor fellow. If he was freed, he would leap at the throat of the first person he saw. I could easily open the cage by raising the door, but that poor man would leap on me immediately. People must have been locked up in here, and they are certain to have been mistreated.
Feels like there's something we should be doing here.
Here's what I've been looking for.
It makes no sense that that key would be hidden there, honestly, but, what do I know?
The crank is in place. The hook is above the cage of this poor wretch. There, the rope is in place. This way I can open the poor fellow's cage from the outside without taking any risks. The trap is in place. Now I only need to get the guard to go inside the freak show.
Oh, that's easy enough.
The guard must have been warned. I need to get out of here.
Oh, okay. Automatic.
The guard is inside. I must close the door quickly. Closed.
Lock him
Let's
in.
find a way.
And Pop open the cage.
I can't do.
Uh-oh. No, I don't think I will. How long is it gonna take?
I'll be leaving you. I'm sure you have a great many things to do.
How long is it gonna take the Wolfman to realize he can also climb the stairs? Alright, that will do it for us for tonight. We'll be back with Sherlock on Thursday, in which I'm sure we will wrap up the game, so pretty excited about that. Actually really enjoyed getting through this game. I think it has some issues in terms of its narrative arc, and finding it interactable sometimes. But I definitely really enjoyed it. So, thank you for watching. You can find me at twitch.tv/gameswithnick. Feel free to hit the follow button and click the bell so you know when I go live in case you do a bonus stream like this one. You can also find me at youtube.com/gameswithnick. All my VODs were posted roughly either a week after the stream or a week after the previous part. We will be back on Twitch tomorrow night with The Longest Journey, then Thursday night with some more Sherlock Holmes. So I hope to see you there. But until then, take care.